All right, I believe our sports network. Such a time as this. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's game day. It's game day in more than one way. It's game day in baseball. It's game day in basketball. We're fixing to leave here in a little bit. Went a little bit early this morning, fixing to leave and head on down to Little John. We got a big matchup today at Little John. We'll be there with our popcorn watching the game at Little John. We're excited about this. It's a huge game. Before we really get started, let's just give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors. Thank all our sponsors. Y'all make this possible. Vapor Nation renewed again for the fourth year. They'll be doing the LSU game. Vapor Nation is on Liberty Highway as you're going into Anderson. You turn on Liberty Highway. It's right there in the corner. There's Walmart right there. Brad's been so kind to be a loyal sponsor of ours for the fourth year in a row. And for the fourth year in a row, they got the first game of this season, which will be the LSU game down there in Louisiana. So anyways, I'd like to thank Purely CBD, Greer. They came on board. They were one of our first sponsors ever. They came on board. They renewed this year. They're also sponsoring the spring game. They have announced the spring game already this year, and it's going to be a little bit early, which I'm happy about, actually. We're going to be having it March the 28th. It's going to be a 1 o'clock game. We're going to be down at Bixby's at 5 from 5 to 6. Also, Industrial Incorporated. Jacob Donald actually hooked me up with them last year. We did the Clemson Carolina game. We're going to do it again this year, and they're going to be sponsoring the spring game also. If you don't know where Bixby's is, come on down and see us. It's right next to Walk-Ons, right? It would be to your right. As you go in the parking lot, be right to your right. It's right next to Walk-Ons on College Avenue. We'll be sitting up there live at 5 o'clock doing our regular post-game spring game. Excited about seeing that. Excited about seeing Chad Norris. Excited about seeing some of the new safeties that we got. We had the number one safety in the country. Came on board, and much more. Boy, did we need it. So we're excited about getting a little bit of football. But let's talk basketball. Unless you've been in a cave or been hiding under a rock, the Clemson basketball team has been on a slide. We were at the top of our game out there in California. And I think that, really, I don't think that's a good thing. We were out there for like a week because we had Stanford, we had California, two decent teams, good teams, two good wins. But you're out there on the West Coast. I used to travel out the West Coast once a year for about 2 or 3 weeks. And, man, it just wears you out being on the road like that, especially being out there for a week. We came back to Little John, and we've been on a 4-game skid. Now, I mean, we were ranked, I believe we got as high as like 18, somewhere in there. And just really, I mean, I can't say much about the Duke game because we didn't really actually play Duke that bad. And to be honest with you, anybody's following basketball and watching Duke, it looks like they're coming from another planet. Like they could actually play an NBA team. They're playing so good. So the Duke, we didn't play that bad against the Duke, but we've had some sloppy games. And basically, I think what happened is, we were first place in defense all the way up to this 4-game slide. And we've gone to this 4-game slide. And now we're still second in defense, but our offense, for lack of better words, has been horrendous, shooting 33% deep. We're not making the deep shots. I don't know why we're taking. You're making 1 out of 3 shots deep. You got to get the ball into the paint. You got to work the ball inside, get a good shot in the paint, in my opinion, and get fouled, get the ball in there, and quit taking these 3 points. I mean, we're making them, that's fine. You take them all day long. We're not making the shots out there. We got no confidence on offense, and I think it was a good thing that we had a week off because we kind of needed a week. Hopefully Brad's had them out there practicing their shots and just working on their offense because you can't, as good as our defense has been this year, we're still only averaging 65.6 points a game, allowing, on defense, which is number 2 right now. So defense is not bad. But offense, you can't win a ball game if you can't make shots. You're only making 33% of your shots. So the defense hasn't been playing that bad. But, we're playing an explosive Louisville team. We're talking about a Louisville team that scores 86.4 points a game, 86, almost 87 points a game. And the defense that we have that has been holding teams to a little under 65 points a game. So we got a matchup of a defense and of Clemson that's number 2 in the ACC and one of the most explosive offenses, which is Louisville. It's going to come down to a dogfight. People are asking me about what do you think about the season. I don't know. We've gone from from doubling our losses. We've gone from 20-4 to 20-8. And so we've doubled the losses in the last 4 games. We're on the skid. We had a week off. We should be able to get together mentally, bring things back together, regroup. We're playing at Little John. We're going to be down there a little bit. We got the home field advantage there. We got the fans. I mean, thing was sold out yesterday. But so anyway, you ain't got tickets yet. You probably ain't going to get them by now. But this is going to be a huge, huge game. We got an explosive offense. We're going to have to control the pace of the ball game. We're going to have to make our shots. And I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to have to get it into the paint. If we can get it to the big guys into the paint, we're going to be better off. Or we can just start making some shots outside and get some confidence. But I tell you, just like football, just like golf, just like tennis, just like all sports, sports is a game of momentum. It's a game of psychology. And when you're in a drought and you can't make the basket and you start overthinking everything and you're just not shooting good, it just kind of grows on itself. So I think it's good that we had a week off to regroup because, God, we need it. And this is a big game. We got 3 games left. We got this game against the number 22 Louisville, explosive offense. And I'm telling you, I think this is the biggest game of the season simply because we got to go up and play UNC in Chapel Hill. And folks, we have not had too good of experience with UNC up in Chapel Hill. We've only won 1 time up there in Tobacco Road. We need to concentrate on today's game, worry about whatever happens Tuesday in UNC, and then we finish out with Georgia Tech. We're still in the mix, for a March Madness dance. But, people have asked me, what did we lose the next 3? Well, if we lose the next 3, you got to think about it. That's 7 games in a row going into the ACC tournament, where if you look back about a week or 2 ago, about 2 weeks ago, we pretty much had a bye in the ACC tournament. So this game has huge, huge implications today. We need to win this game. We need to win 2 out of the next 3 games. If we win 1, we might have a chance of the bubble. We lose all 3. I don't know how the NCAA committee is going to look at us when we lost the last 7 in a row. And up to that point, we'd only lost 4. So both teams have a 20-8 record. It's going to be a great game. We're going to be there. So let's just get the win. Let's take it 1 play at a time, 1 shot at a time, 1 defensive series at a time. Keep our head in the game, play them tough, and let's leave Little John today with a win in the Clemson basketball victory and get some momentum going. And I'm not being a negative Nanny. I don't feel too confident. I wouldn't put money on the UNC game, but who knows? Maybe we will win the second time ever in UNC. But I think this game is bigger than any other game we got this year because we got to get off that slide. We've had a week off, time to regroup. We should be mentally prepared and ready to go. So let's just concentrate on this Saturday and win this game. So without all that being said, not a whole lot going on in football. I mean, the portable, all that stuff went on and the tampering. And I do know that Chad Morris made his first press conference. Finally, like we don't know who he is, but he finally made his first press conference after the practice Friday. He went up to a Smart family podium and made a little speech. Him and Dabo having a good little banner going there. So I'm excited about the spring game coming up a little bit early this week. The earlier the better. It gives us a little chance to see some football, see some of the new guys that have been recruited, see how the quarterback situation's playing out. There's no pressure. It's a great game. It's free. And we always do that post-game show afterwards and then usually go over to Dabo's restaurant or the Wings restaurant. And usually there's some Final Four. By then, we're in the Final Four. But, I mean, this being a little bit earlier, there'll be some March Madness we'll watch. So y'all come join us. If you want to, get on camera. But we really appreciate all the sponsors. Oh, Columbo's Pizza. Columbo's Pizza, the best pizza in the upstate, in my opinion. Well, you can't really compare Chicago pizza with New York pizza, but if you like the deep dish pizza, Columbo's and Clemson is unfreaking believable. And I swear, you can get a large pizza and it will feed 5 people. It'll fill you up. Me and Jacob went down there and ate, and we still had enough pizza for 2 or 3 more people. We couldn't finish it. Great pizza. He came on board. If you ever go down there, tell him I Bleed Orange sent you. He'll give you a little discount. But also tell him, we're actually going to Atlanta-Chicago game, and he moved down here from Chicago because it's Chicago deep dish pizza. But if you go in there, they got Wrigley Field. They got all the players. He's got some Chicago Bears stuff going on. They got all this. You would think you're in Chicago. There's some Clemson stuff in there. But he told me he's going to get me a shirt made that I can wear down to the Cubs game, and I do a little shout-out commercial because first Cubs game I've ever been to. So I'm excited about that. So get your popcorn ready. Got a big, huge make any mistakes. We got to play a good ball game. And hopefully Brad has got her team together mentally. I think our problem has been mentally. I think we were tired when we came back from California. And then I think when, the game that we lost Virginia Tech, I think our mom was stuck on the Duke game and not really focused in the moment, not focused on that game. And to be honest with you, out of those 4 losses, the Duke loss I can take because Duke is playing lights out. Duke's number 1 in the nation. Duke's playing. I don't think anybody out there can beat Duke. They look like something out of a video game when they were playing. It's the last times I've seen them play. So that was a bad loss, but that last loss we had to Wake Forest. That was not necessary. That was sad. That was sloppy. You're shooting 30% or whatever. You're taking these. You're 1 for 9 on the 3 points somewhere right after halftime, and they're like 9 for 10, which is like almost a 27-point difference. If it ain't working, why are you doing it? So get the ball in the paint, get the ball into the big guys, get the shot up, maybe get fouled, get a shot, make a shot, go for a 3-point play on the free throw line. But unless we get some confidence up right off the board, right off the start, and we're not making it on the outside, get the ball in the perimeter, work it into the paint, and take some decent shots. Quit taking those shots outside. If you ain't making them, quit shooting them. Or hopefully they went and they got ready for this game. So anyways, a lot of shout-out. We're going to keep this really short today. We got a game to go to. We'll do a shout-out at the game. But also want to thank all our sponsors. We had 4 of them come on this week renewed. Purely CBD of Greer, Industrial Incorporated over in Greenville, Columbus, Pizza Renewed, and, of course, Vapor Nation and Brad. For their 4th season in a row, we're going to be doing a live game, LSU game, just like it was last year. And we're also going to be doing a shout-out. They're all sponsoring the spring game, and we're going to be breaking it down at Bixby's like nobody else can. Only IBO can. Me and Big Mike will be down there. I think Jacob may get on camera. So – baseball, and I'll sum it up. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short. Baseball got off to a great start. Pitching unbelievable. Not even close games except for that first game. Listen to the roar coming over here yesterday. And I hate to say they were mocking the Gamecocks. They were saying if they could just get out there and do the national anthem and get that done, it'll be a win for them. And I didn't watch the game last night. I thought it was an automatic win down there in Columbia. I woke up, started checking it, and we not only did we lose down there in Columbia, we got shut out 7-0. So we're no longer 7-0. We're 7-1. I'm telling you, anytime the Gamecocks play Clemson, it's like the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter if they got one of the worst teams on the planet. They want to beat us, and by God, they did. But by God, we got 2 more games. It's 3 out of 2. So not so fast, my friends. We need to wake up today. Win today, come back to Clemson to Doug Kingsmore and win tomorrow and finish the series 2-3 and be an 8-1 team. We got as high as number 12 in the rankings. So baseball's a long, it's a lot longer than football season. So we got a long way to go before we start talking about Omaha. But, not going to let this one game. Every team's got has a bad game every once in a while. So the chances of Omaha, they're still in the playbook. Main thing right now, there's a lot on the line for the basketball game. There's a lot on this game. We got a 20-8 team playing a 20-8 team. We got a Louisville team that's averaging 86 points a game. 86 points a game. And we got a Clemson defense that's only allowing 65 points. Was number 1 in the ACC, now still number 2. We're going to have to play light-out defense. We're going to have to win this game on defense. We're going to have to slow them down. We're going to have to get in their face. We're going to have to get rebounds. We're going to have to get turnovers, some block shots. We got to play good ball. We got to play flawless ball. This is going to be a tough game. But I think we're going to win. I just have a feeling we're going to come away with Little John to win. I think that time off to reflect, having a whole week after having such a bad spiral, we're going to end it today. That's my prediction. I'm not going to bet on it, but I'm telling you, we're coming back with Little John with a win. It's going to be a close one, I think. It ain't going to be a blowout by any means. So we're excited about getting in the car here in a little bit and driving over there to Little John and supporting our Tigers. We want to thank all the sponsors that support us every year. We appreciate it. You are what pays the bills. We do all we can to market you, to put you on the map, to get your name out there, to increase your business. We like to be called the Shark Tank of the Upstate. We're always working. We're always thinking of new ways to make it better for you guys, to support you guys, promote you guys, to get you named. There is no other sports network like I Bleed Orange. We are the most exciting, fastest growing sports network in the nation. Until